Hey everyone, I'm Michael Majors.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And you're watching the Versus series on StarCityGames.com. All right, today on the Versus series, we are debuting Eldritch Moon, which is pretty sweet.
It's more than pretty sweet. It's really sweet.
New cards are always awesome. The set looks really powerful.
It looks very powerful and very difficult to evaluate.
Yes, I agree. There's lots of build around me cards, but there's also just blatantly broken ones, which I'm going to be showcasing today. I think the emerge mechanic is a mistake, like blatantly.
Much like every other time they've ever given us cost reducers ever.
Yeah. I think it's actually like something we should be afraid of, and I think it's going to dominate Standard. Big words, but yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. So today I'm playing with Distended Mindbender, which I think is the second best of the three rare ones. There's a common and an uncommon one that just got spoiled. But there's three rare emerge Eldrazi that we know of right now. I'm playing with the black one. It's a disruptive. It's like Transgress the Mind plus
Inquisition of Kozilek.
Inquisition of Kozilek. Yeah. I was looking for that.
Yeah, or like slightly bigger Transgress. It's 4 or more and 3 or less.
Yeah, so it's like 2 really powerful effects put together on a 5/5 creature that's going to cost like 4 mana.
Yeah, I imagine you end up like taking their removal spell for your thing and their big planeswalker or big creature that could go over the top of your thing.
And it basically can't die ever because it's on the stack when the effect goes off. So you like take the removal spell, take their big thing, a 5/5 lands, and then they have to like draw an answer to it because they can't just like kill it with the the trigger on the stack because it's an Eldrazi, it has a cast ability.
Yeah, there's certainly a compounding aspect to discard effects like that, where when you take 1 card out of their hand, that's fine, but taking 2 cards out of their hand is definitely worth more than twice taking 1 card, because now you get to target them in different ways, and you can more easily just take them completely off a given resource.
I see what you're saying. Like a lot of times, like a discard effect, like its purpose is not necessarily to like break down your opponent's game plan or make their hand unplayable. It's like you just bust up their curve.
Yeah.
And when you can like take their removal spell and bust up their curve, they might not have like a play at all, and just might be like stuck on the 5th turn or whatever.
It's just so much more likely that you take away any possible counterplay that they could have.
Right. So the deck that I'm showcasing Distended Mindbender in is Green-Black Aristocrats, and I think it's a good deck to show off this card because it plays a lot of 3-drops and incidental bodies, and it's a Collected Company deck, so it's going to be easy to like just curve a 3-drop into Distended Mindbender on turn 4. And also, it's a synergy deck that actually gets to utilize the extreme power level of this card. So I think it should be good. We'll see. Nothing too crazy about my build, actually. Just I'm incorporating Distended Mindbender, and I'm also playing a couple copies of Emrakul's Evangel, which we saw in Ross's deck tech. It kind of like lets the deck double up on Zulaport Cutthroats, essentially.
Yeah.
Which seems pretty powerful.
And like turning all your blister pods and Scion tokens into 3/2s can actually, even if you don't kill them just with Cutthroat.
Can't do Scion tokens.
Oh yeah, you have to sack down Eldrazi.
But I can't sack like Loam Dryads and Blister Pods.
So you can't even, no, Blister Pods and
Eldrazi.
So you can't even sack that one.
Okay, so
no.
Loam Dryads, Elvish Visionaries, there's incidental stuff.
I think just being able to, even if you don't kill them with Cutthroat triggers, being able to turn your board into 3/2s is going to be really helpful for that deck, which can sometimes have a pretty wide board position, but not really be able to attack effectively because all of its creatures are so anemic. So I think a couple copies of that card is going to do the deck a lot of good. And the 5/5 also, Distended Mindbender, certainly ratchets up the power level a bit.
Yeah.
So certainly nice additions to that deck. I am worried about one thing, though. I'm not sure our table is big enough, because we're going to have about 70 tokens in play.
That's possible.
It's going to be, we're going to have some board states that are fun.
Yeah, I think so. This should be a cool video. Get to try out some new cards. I think that this deck is, so generally like Green-Black Aristocrats is considered like the weakest version of the Cryptolith Collected Company decks, because it does play these anemic cards like Loam Dryad and Blister Pod and stuff like that, and it's trying to like burn out its opponent with Zulaport Cutthroat rather than like abuse Displacer Reflector Mage or something more powerful. But I think with Mindbender and Emrakul's Evangel to a lesser extent, the power level of this deck is just ramped up considerably, and that makes playing the more anemic cards that are synergy based a little bit easier. So yeah. I think this deck should be pretty good.
yeah, I'm excited to see how it works. We've got 2 updated decks. We'll see how it goes.
Yep. All right, let's roll some dice.
Dice. Here they are. Bam. What do we got?
Pair of 5s.
2 pair. 5s over 4s.
Oh, man.
My dice game too strong.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, here for game 1, and I have a hand that could be a little bit slow, but I think we have enough pieces of interaction. If we just have 1 good draw step, this hand's going to be very good, so I'll keep.
My side, we're a little light on power, but have a nice mix of lands and spells and a good curve, so I'm going to keep.
Okay. Timber Gorge, right on time.
Nice. Nice. I'll take 1, play Loam Dryad, your turn.
Yeah, 19. And, given that we now have something to do on the next 2 turns, I'm just going to kill the Loam Dryad.
Sure. My side, I'm going to take a point and just play 2 things.
18.
Go.
I will play a Game Trail, revealing a forest, and play Hanweir Garrison.
Yep.
Pass.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. Your turn.
God, he must have nothing. That's really unlucky.
Yeah, weird.
Okay. So, if we attack, Michael is going to cast Collected Company, and we get obliterated by a Nantuko Husk.
I think you get obliterated by literally everything. Like, even if I say Loam Dryads, I just kill your tokens. That's like the best case scenario.
Yeah, probably not going to be doing any attacking. So then the question becomes which of our cards we want to cast. I guess I could make Garrison a 4/5 and attack in, but even then, Nantuko Husk you can just sack both halves of Blister Pod and essentially trade Blister Pod for Garrison. And probably eat a token with the other creature he finds. So, think I'm just going to play this Arlen, get it down, and
this is totally embarrassing, but I have to read this.
make a wolf token.
It's been a while. All right.
Transform my Arlen.
All right, so she's on 3.
Yep.
Yep, okay.
And I'll pass.
I'll take 2.
Yeah. 16.
Okay, I'll play Collected Company.
Sure. It's kind of what I was trying to stop when I killed that Loam Dryad.
Okay, pretty good company. So we have the option.
Not Nantuko Husk.
I have an Nantuko Husk.
Don't select it.
I'm going to. So I think just getting this on the battlefield is just way more high impact than taking this card, even though I would like the burst of card advantage. So we're gonna trigger that. Okay. Got some stuff. Okay. So easy part. Now I'm going to attack the Arlen Core with my Nantuko Husk. I could send
Now it's Arlen Embraced by the Moon.
What did I say?
Arlen Core,
Oh,
the human side.
Whatever. So if I send both of these at Arlen, then Ross can double block the Catacomb Sifter, and I can trade Catacomb Sifter for a wolf, but then Arlen dies, so I think that's pretty good for me. So I don't mind making that trade if he's interested in that. So to maximize that trade, I will play another Catacomb Sifter before I attack, so I can get a Scry trigger. And I will go ahead and tap the 6 Scion and play Zulaport Cutthroat. Though I guess if I just attack Ross with Nantuko Husk, then he has to block it or he'll die. So that's actually another consideration.
That I do.
So yeah, I probably should just force that. So if I do that, then Ross can just go here, I guess. Which means maybe I can send Scion Catacomb Sifter at something, and Blister Pod. All right, so I've fumbled my way into maybe thinking about this turn a little bit better. Okay, so Ross has to has to block Nantuko Husk. So I send this at face, and then best thing Ross can do is like jump this, and then Arlen takes 2. So yeah, I guess we'll send these 3 at Arlen and Husk at Ross.
Yeah, I will make the block.
Yep. Okay.
What do you want to sack to this Husk?
I'll sacrifice the 6 Scion, I suppose. So scry 2 and
Drain 1.
Yep.
I'm at 19, you're at 17.
Yep. Scry 1, we'll keep that on top. Okay. Your turn.
And now, so you have 3 power back, so... Okay, well, I guess I'll play this Thopter Engineer.
Yep.
I'll get a Thopter. And I will...
I'm so dumb. Okay. +1 trample.
+1 the Arlen. And I would think about attacking like this, but I want to leave the Thopter back in case Michael has a removal spell, so I don't just die to the Husk. So right now he has 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 things he can sack to Husk, so Husk represents 23 damage, and that's without any further creatures. Here, Michael can eat one of the humans that I get from Garrison with Sifter, but that's about it, and we'll take 4, so I think that's worthwhile. Attack,
Yep,
get 2 things.
Eat a thing, and then I'll take 4.
Yep.
So
you go to 13.
Yep.
Pass.
You have how many cards in?
I have 2.
Okay. So we could lead on this and still be able to cast our other card, but I think I would like to potentially maximize some scry triggers before I do that, and that would basically make it so I have to sacrifice a Scion. So, once again, kind of in the spot where this has to be blocked, so we can send that at Ross, and then if we send these 2 at Arlen, then Ross can jump and block it. And then, let's see, what else can we send pretty safely? So if we send Scion, then Ross can eat, and then Arlen dies. If Ross has, like, Outnumber, then we lose something, but I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I guess we could guarantee the kill by sending Blister Pod at Arlen as well. So that might be the best course of action. So, yeah, we'll do that. These 4 at Arlen.
You guarantee the kill with just 3 attackers, right?
If you have Outnumber.
With just the... Oh, if I have Outnumber. Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Okay. So these are Arlen, this at Ross.
Okay, so I'm certainly have to block the Husk, and the question is whether or not I want to eat one of these 2 creatures, probably just the Scion, to diminish Michael's board. I do give him a Cutthroat trigger.
I suppose I should also think about Hanweir the Writhing Township, because you can just transform it with 5 mana in the Garrison, right?
Yes.
And then it attacks for, what, 14?
13. 7/4 and makes 2 3/2s.
I guess I'm safe from that. Yeah, we'll just send this.
So,
does it have trample?
let's see. It does indeed have trample.
Okay, it has trample, but the tokens do not.
Correct.
Okay. All right, I got a little cheat sheet here. Okay.
So, I think given that Thopter Engineer is likely just going to be blocking and bouncing off of Catacomb Sifter, I would rather not actually give Michael another Cutthroat trigger. So I'm just going to chump the Husk and let the Arlen die.
Okay. Post-combat, I'm going to sacrifice Elvish Visionary, or excuse me, Eldrazi Scion. It's 2 scries and a drain.
18 to 14.
Yep. Scry 1, bottom that land. Scry 2. Don't think I actually want this. I don't mind having this on the battlefield, but I don't really want to draw it, and I kind of want to save this, so I'm going to bottom this as well. I will play Elvish Visionary, draw a card.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Still don't think I want to cast that necessarily, so I'll pass.
Okay. Not the best of draws. I will do the only thing I can do, which is meld my Hanweir cards together.
Sure.
So
Here we go. Where is it?
please get exiled. I got him right over here.
Okay.
Bam. Gigantic.
It's big.
It's so big, it's bigger than everything else. I will attack with it, as awkward as that is. And where do we make some horrors?
Okay.
Yeah, this is comical.
Yeah.
What is going on?
All right, I'm gonna sacrifice my blister pod. So 2 scries and a drain.
I'm at 17. You're at 15.
Yep. All right, I do want this one.
Tilt.
And now I will cast Collected Company.
Are you sacrificing that Scion? Oh, you're tapping it with the Lone Drive.
Yeah.
3 mana. Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
4, 5, 6. I'll get Husk, Zulaport, Cutthroat. And
Well, that was best possible.
should be game.
I'm at 17. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess it's not
No, not literally
immediately game,
but
but
yeah. So 7, 4.
7, 5.
Let's see.
Yeah, if you can. It's game if you just find a creature in your next like 10 draws.
Yeah.
Yeah, which then you just have one.